What up, guys? We're back. We're back. Derek's kissing the microphone, and we're back.
I'm kissing you guys.
Yes, he's kissing you guys, giving you the kisses you deserve.
I hope somebody kissed you this week. If not, there you go.
Thank you.
What are we talking about?
John Wick.
Space? Oh, John Wick.
Oh, yeah. Before we get into this week's movie, we got to talk about John
Space.
Wick.
Oh.
No, we don't got to talk about space. Not at all.
We're not talking about space on this podcast?
No,
We don't ever talk about shit other than, wait, are we talking about movies?
Yeah, we do talk about
I
stuff.
forgot what we were talking
Yeah,
about. Sometimes I forget.
This is Seinfeld, the podcast. There's stuff going on here.
Yeah, there's stuff. Oh, hey, I like that show. So what are we talking about against space?
No, John Wick.
John Wick. Did you see it?
Yes, I did watch it.
What was it? Did you like it?
Yeah. What was it? I was like, it was a movie. We did. Yeah. Keanu's amazing.
He's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really good in this.
He's cool, man.
He's cool.
He is cool as fuck.
Yeah, quiet, likable, and it's just dope.
He's just a dope. This is a dope. That's like, what's this? How's John Wick? Dope.
Dope. The fighting scenes were so cool. The gun stuff.
Did you see what I meant? It's hard to explain the fighting scenes because they were so fucking.
They were very well choreographed.
Yes, they were just like, bro. It was like, my nigga, he was beating their ass on some regular shit.
Mm-hmm. And then just the shooting of
The
the
way he
gun.
would shoot people in the head, and it wasn't intense because it was like this like real aim. He was like extremely aiming. Like it was like how he's acting. He's showing me that he's aiming.
Well, he has the best. He has that. That's what made him the best killer. Is that his aim was unbelievable.
Unrealistically
He
believable.
didn't miss.
No.
Everyone else, if you didn't hit him on your first shot, you were done.
Did you like that scene where he's looking at the Theon Greyjoy and then he doesn't shoot him? Oh, bro, that's so badass, dog.
He did 90% of his own. Like he said, those Amazon facts I get.
Mm-hmm.
He did 90% of his own stunts for this
This
movie.
nigga, who is he? Jackie Chan?
Just have you seen the YouTube video? There's a YouTube video of him preparing for
I've
John
seen
Wick
that.
3. Yeah.
I've seen there's so many cool. Keanu Reeves is very cool in line, even though he's not online. He's not online, but his presence is extremely felt online.
Yes, and it's
See what
very
I'm saying?
positive.
Yeah, no, people love him.
Yeah, people do love him.
You know why? He's not online.
Yeah, he doesn't give you a chance to say
He
stupid.
doesn't give you a chance to
like,
be like, oh, I don't like this nigga.
Hang him from stupid shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's smart.
Dude, he's from also old fame.
Yeah.
He's from that like
Yeah,
niggas ain't gonna be famous like him anymore.
Bro, just like the level of hits he's been in.
Come on. Trilogy, son.
The John Wick, you got John
The
Wick.
Matrix.
The Matrix. You got Bill and Ted.
Yep.
Is he in? I mean, those are three incredible franchises already.
Those are three big franchises.
Those are three big franchises.
Those three big franchises. And
And you got Speed.
Speed. I was literally about to say Speed's another one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he's just been in like a lot of like random dope movies like Point Break and fucking not Longest Short, The Replacements and fucking like these just like, you know what I mean? These random movies that he's just been in. Like he was even in the new movie with Ali Wong, like Always Be My Maybe, and he plays like the comedy relief.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
heard
I mean?
he was good in that.
Yeah, so it's like the dude can fucking got range, man, and his career is sick.
He's good. I
mean, you know what's weird? He has range, but he doesn't have range. His range is in what he does.
Yes.
But within what he does, he can do so much.
He can be a comic role. He can be a dramatic role.
But he's always Keanu.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
24/7.
He's never
That's what I mean. He's always him.
He's always
Constantine. Yo, he's been in so many movies.
he has the same look.
Always same face.
Yeah.
But you don't not. But it's not. It's like Blue Steel, baby. It's good every time. You know what I mean? It's good every time.
Keanu is real life Blue Steel.
Keanu's real life Derek Zoolander, dog.
Oh, that makes so much sense. That's one face, but it's in everything. It's versatile.
It works.
Yeah, it works. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, he.
I think we cracked the case.
We did.
We cracked the case.
I'd like to see. What's cool about him is his career is going to keep going, and you never know what people get into in there. Maybe he becomes an old man where he can't do those action roles, and all of a sudden he starts fucking acting.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
Courtroom dramas.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we're like, damn, Keanu Reeves is even better than when he was an action star. That could happen for him for sure. Like he just gets in the right kind of motherfucking Tarantino movie, or just somewhere it's like people see him in a way where we're like, what the fuck? He's like just acting. He's not killing anyone.
Right. He's not fighting people.
Yeah. Like I bet you he could act. I bet you if you give him the right script, right director, right circumstances, homeboy.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at his track record, you sort of have to. Now, anytime
Had a couple flops, but not too many.
Flops. Everyone has flops, right? But I'm saying it's like Whenever he comes out with a movie, it's like, oh, you kind of have to like be like, what's that about? You feel what I'm saying?
always curious when Keanu comes out.
Yeah, it's not like you're like, whatever, it's just Keanu. It's like, okay, well, what's it about?
He had a new samurai movie came out that I never saw, but I remember it came out.
Yeah,
47 Ronin.
Oh yeah. I saw the trailer for that in theaters, and then I was like, this looks amazing, and then I heard nobody speak about it, so I was like, that must not have been that good.
Yeah, it was a big flop, but it apparently was really bad. But like you said, he is in your face.
Yes.
I remember it came out. Neither one of us saw it, but we both remembered it.
I rember the trailers being like, this looks awesome.
It did look, especially in the theaters. It looked really, because like when you saw it, like
it was like cinematic.
Yeah, I will say this about Keanu Reeves. He's a big screen guy. Not everybody's a big screen guy. Not everybody also can do like I can watch you on the phone or a laptop, and I'm like, holy shit, you can act. You know what I mean? Not dissing Keanu. We're talking movies right now. You know what I'm saying? Not dissing. I don't want this to sound like a diss. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If you're looking at motherfucking Leonardo DiCaprio scene on your phone, nigga, it's like, holy shit, he is a slave master, or he is the aviator, or he is the Wolf of Wall Street, whatever thing. He is it, man. Christian Bale, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
They big screen, small screen.
Well,
some people are just big screen people.
Well, the two you mentioned also become very different people.
Yeah, acting is. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, the two people I named are movie stars who are actually character actors, which is way harder to be a true character, that Gary Oldman shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to be a character actor like that and a movie star, that's Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson. That's like those people, the people where it's like,
they're
damn,
like top level.
Yeah, you can carry a movie and you're a different character in all these movies, and it's like, how the fuck are you doing this?
I like how it ended because you can tell they weren't like, we're gonna make a bunch of sequels. They're like, we make an ending of a movie.
They thought it was just a dope movie.
And then the fact that they made sequels and that the sequels are well liked is like, yo, what the fuck are the sequels about? Because it's open-ended.
Yeah.
What it could be is, because it seemed like they closed the movie, so it has to be a whole new storyline, you know? The Russian mob is dead, or that faction of the mob is dead.
They keep it, they set up everything in this movie without doing it on purpose, if that makes sense.
Okay, so good writing.
Yeah, it was just, this movie's good. This movie is good. This movie legitimately has no fat. It's extremely great writing. The pacing is phenomenal. On the pacing from you know what I mean? From you meeting him, the wife, the going to the gas station, the dog, like the build up, the whole thing.
The build of the first like real deal ass kicking is great.
Unbelievable.
When they show up at his house, that was nuts.
And he fucks them up so fast, and then the cops come.
Yeah. What do you do if you're the Russian guy? What do you do in that situation?
Wait, which Russian guy? Theon Greyjoy or the dad who knows what's up? Because the dad knows what's up.
Oh yeah, the dad should not have walked away. You know when they capture him and he's in like that warehouse right before Willem Dafoe saves him, the boss walks away? No, man. No explanation. You sit him in the chair, you cap him right there.
Well, yeah, I don't even talk to him.
Yeah, I don't even get him to the chair. He's dead.
Actually, I just kill him. He's too dangerous. It's like it's a fucking lion or some shit. It's a tiger in your car. Like, no, I'm not walking it around to get it to prove this point to this tiger before I kill him. Get out of here.
He already wiped out so many of your men.
He wiped out an army.
He wiped out an army. He just defeated a whole faction of the mob.
In like 2 days. And he did it like in a way of like he didn't even do it of like, oh, he didn't even plan it out. He did it of like, it's pure revenge.
Yeah, and he pretty much told them I'm coming.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like a mass thought out like law-abiding citizen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How he thought all that revenge out. That shit was completely 10 years put into thought.
Right.
This was, I'm gonna get revenge today. And he did. That's fucking way crazier.
My favorite shot was the one where they kill the girl and they all surround her. You know, they bring her like, your contract with the Continental has been terminated.
Oh, I love that. The hotel guy.
Step out.
Yeah.
They all shoot her at once. That was a great shot.
Did you like the hotel guy?
Yeah, man, don't break the rules. That's all I could think of for her.
Yeah.
The girl is like, this doesn't benefit you at all. That $4 million, it's like $4 million, but like,
you're already a millionaire. What does it matter?
That means you also have to stop working and hide.
Forever.
It's not worth it.
Because you broke the rules of like this thing that's way bigger than whatever you work for. Because clearly the Continental is a way bigger organization.
Yeah, she left him to go meet with him. She left the
what was
guy
happening
to go meet with him.
Because he called.
Yeah.
Which is also, what did you think they were calling for? When you really get into that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You're an assassin. What did you think they were calling for?
Women, right? It should have been pretty obvious to her. She should have left.
Yeah. She clearly should have left.
She left. She should have been like, well, I guess let's see how long I can survive out there.
I'm an assassin. I have a good shot.
I have a good shot.
I have a really good shot. But that Continental, them niggas was on your ass. Fuck that. That shit sound like, you know, in the Game of Thrones when they talk about the Iron Bank?
Yeah.
You always pay back the bank. Hey, regardless of what else, don't fuck with the bank.
You pay back the bank.
Nigga, that's like that. That's that. And I always like a entity like that in a movie where it's like, like there's a supreme being, but even the supreme being, like even the John Wick is like, well, I'm not gonna fuck with.
Yeah, John Wick didn't kill in the Continental
because he and which I'm assuming is the second movie.
He didn't even kill the girl.
Yeah.
He let her live.
Oh, he just knocked her out.
He's knocked her out. He didn't kill the girl. He's stuck by the rules
of the Continental.
Yeah.
That's why Homeboy gave him a mirror at the end. He was like, you play by the rules. And he gave him, he said, we live by a code, John. And he gave him where the airport's going to be.
Yeah.
Just off pure, like.
They play, dude, the game is the game.
I love how they did it. Like, even, this is a really, really good movie, dude.
The game is the game, man. You got to play it.
Damn, nigga.
Even for assassins, the game is the game.
Yeah. Even for assassins.
And that's John Wick.
Yeah, play the game.
Hey.
What up?
Beaners. This is your intermission right now.
Before we get into the episode you are here for, really quick, thank you for listening. Yes, we love you.
We do. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Rate and review this podcast on iTunes.
Please rate and review. That stuff matters. We could use the help, and we would appreciate it.
Yeah, tell your friends about the podcast. We know you love it.
Tell your friends about the podcast. We know you love it. You keep going back and listening to old episodes. That's how we know you love it. We appreciate that. And,
follow us on Instagram at SpoilTheBeans, and then you can find our individual Instagrams. We're linked on everything. Follow
Derek
us on
Poston, Sanamad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and shout out to Greg Scamato for making our theme music. If you want some more samples from him or maybe help from him, check out gregcanhelp.com.
Yep.
Yeah. And now back to your future presentation.
We came back.
Hey, we did it. We
came back. We're back.
Here. It's a night shoot.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's nighttime.
It's our third night shoot.
In the Bean House.
Yep.
In the Bean House. We're going to Cincinnati tomorrow morning, buddy. This morning we're about to go do shows.
Yeah.
In Cincinnati.
And welcome to all the Cincinnati Beaners.
Oh, yeah, all the Cincinnati people are here. Hey, thank you guys. We had a great time.
And if you took our sticker, we appreciate it.
We got new stickers. We got new stickers, Beaners. And the Cincinnati Beaners are the first to get to see them. You guys are the first. I hope you like them.
Yes.
Wow, I forgot. It's cool that this is the past and the future. Everything's happening right at once.
Right.
Because this is the past, but they're in the future.
That's true. But we're in the present.
Yo, 3 things happening at once. Yeah. Dude, a lot is going on this episode. A lot. Indianapolis Beaners, we're coming your way. We're coming your motherfucking way.
Yeah, this weekend we'll be in Indianapolis. Helium.
And then right after that, not the weekend after that, but the weekend after, the first weekend in August, we are in Nashville at Zany's, my hometown, next to my hometown, Memphis, Tennessee. So Beaners in Memphis, come on up. If you listen to this podcast and you're from Memphis, Tennessee, coming up to the Nashville shows the first weekend in August and definitely say what's up. Asan.
Yes.
They know what movie it is.
Yes.
You don't.
Okay.
You also never seen it.
Yes. Hopefully. It would ruin tonight.
It would, because we would still drop this part.
Yeah.
I would definitely be like, yo, we still got to drop all the things until this point. Asan?
Yes.
Can you tell me in your Black Crackers hat.
Atlanta Black Crackers.
What you think happens in the movie that barely came out of my mouth?
Yeah, the movie.
That you've never seen.
Yeah.
What you think happens in Free Willy?
Ooh, Free Willy. Huh, wow. I would see there would be ads for this all the time on my VHS tapes. It's the #1 movie ad trailer I saw.
Oh, possibly the #1 movie ad trailer of all time. I think everyone saw this a billion times.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a big movie.
Yeah. There was like 3 of them, so this had to have been big.
This was really big, dude.
So I don't know.
Cultural phenomenon when it happened. When it came out, it was a big thing.
It's like there's a kid, there's like a guy and his kids or whatever, and they're like, maybe he's like a scientist.
Ooh, science man.
Yeah, and they're on the science boat. Doing all
I love
science
those.
stuff
I love science boats. Keep going.
Yeah, doing science stuff in the ocean.
On the science boat.
Yeah, on the science boat. And in the same territory, they notice this evil corporation boat. And that boat is trying to capture a killer whale for their park or whatever. And so they foil the capturing of the whale for a little while. But then the evil corporation gets the whale.
Oh, those fucks.
Yeah, and then they make him perform in the things.
SeaWorld? Are we talking about SeaWorld right now?
No, it's not called SeaWorld. It's just an evil corporation. And then
what's the name of this evil corporation?
Aquatic Land. And then
okay, keep going. This is interesting, but keep going.
Yeah.
Sounds like SeaWorld, but I guess it's not.
And then they break him out.
Oh, they break
Willy out.
Oh, Willy. Oh, the whale's name's Willy?
Yeah.
And they break Willy out of Aquatic Land.
Yes. And then they free him. And they free Willy.
And that's Free Willy?
Yeah.
That was a pretty good guess.
Yeah, it's a guess.
It's not. No, it's actually not far off.
Yeah.
Science boat got a little crazy, but other than that, you were doing really good.
Well, that science boat's not that crazy.
I don't know. What's a science boat?
It's like the scientists, they go on boats and they like record oceans and they record stuff in the ocean. You know how like they tag animals?
Okay, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, science boat.
Okay, you can't say it like that. Like that's just everybody knows that. That's what you were talking about.
Please. You guys were on my side.
Were you?
Science boats.
They didn't say anything. Hassan, you ready? You got your coffee?
Yes, I am ready for
You
this.
frappuccinoed up?
I'm frappuccinoed up. Let's do this.
We got a flight in a couple hours.
I know.
Cincy.
No, here we go.
We're coming. You're coming. I'm about to come. Credits roll.
Oh, wait, you're about to come?
I'm coming. All right, late, too late. And we see the ocean, just like the come I just did. It's big, beautiful whale jumping out of the ocean.
Right.
Big, beautiful motherfucking
I dig it.
gigantic killer whales, okay? They look cool. They also look like pandas, which is awesome.
Okay, dig it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Killer whales, they look like pandas. They look like water
They're like sea pandas.
They're sea pandas, exactly what they're, buddy.
Okay.
So, sounds like something Theo Vaughn would say. A bunch of sea pandas, man. So this goes on for a while because it's a movie made in the 90s.
Yeah. So it's just
Hassan, what do you know about 90s movies?
that about 30% of the movie is the opening credit.
Yo, what happened in that decade, dude?
Yeah.
Because they didn't do that in like that. That's like they were like, yo, 90s. We gotta fucking sit on the opening credit.
Yeah, we gotta make them think, is this the movie?
We gotta make them really want it, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got
Longer
30.
or shorter than Jack?
Same, about to say, shorter than Jack.
Okay.
A little shorter, a little.
Jack went
but a little short.
on.
Remember how long Philadelphia went on for?
Oh yeah.
On the streets of Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's all weird too.
Dude, it's just weird shots.
all weird,
with the
yeah.
credits and the song. And the song's always it's like this song.
It's
I don't
like
remember what it was.
sad
It's a slow sad song.
Yeah. Okay.
And let you see you're seeing whales jump for in the freeness of whale land.
And like the water is shimmering.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. It's beautiful shots. I'm not mad at the shots.
Yeah,
Shots were nice. So this goes on for way too long.
Right.
Pans back, we see a man with a beard watching with binoculars, right?
Yeah.
And then they pan back a little more. These men are all on boats. And they're like, after it. Right? So they're fucking, they put out a gigantic net. This gigantic, like these two boats, like have this net connected within each other. You know what I mean? So they put like a gigantic, like a wall of a net.
Right.
You know, to catch, what you would imagine how they'd catch a whale.
Right.
Because when I saw it, I was like, oh, damn, that is how you would catch it. Like, it hit me like, damn, you wouldn't be just like.
Yeah, you wouldn't like, you wouldn't like take a spear.
Yeah, bro. That's like, this ain't no fucking Jaws. You know what I mean? No, this is like, how would you catch a whale? So that's how they got two boats and they're stretching this net across the fucking ocean. And then the whales are shrieking. Like trying to escape, like literally shrieking. Yeah, they corner this one into like their trap, right? And they're like, we got it, and they circle up on it, and the boats keep going circle as like the nets, like it's just coming in on this whale, and the other whale swim up to it, like the whale that's in the thing, and then they're like, and then he's like, and they're just freaking out. They're all freaking out,
Right?
And then Free Willy.
All right, we're starting there.
Yeah, it gets right to the point, doesn't it?
Yeah. These whales are sad.
Yeah, dude. Cut to a cute little white kid, and he's asking people for bus fare.
You ever watch Blackfish?
No, I've never seen Blackfish.
Oh.
I gotta go to SeaWorld first.
Well, I mean, it's ruined now. It's not the SeaWorld it used to be.
Why, they're not whales there anymore?
No.
Why? Because of Free Willy?
No, because of Blackfish, you idiot.
Is Blackfish Free Willy too? You don't know. It could be.
It could be. It could absolutely be.
Yeah. So this little white kid's asking people
Behind the scenes of Blackfish.
Is
Free Willy now, other way around.
Yeah, behind the scenes of Free Willy is Blackfish.
Yeah.
So he's asking for all the bus fare, right, so he can get home, and he looks all grimy.
Mm-hmm.
And then they motorcycles in our fucking neighborhood.
Yeah,
we're filming.
It's like 1 in the morning.
What are they doing?
What are you doing?
So their friends. It cuts to, it's like 4 of them, and they're all doing this. They're scamming people for bus fare. They're saying, "Oh, we need bus fare to get home." They're all saying the same little pitch, right?
Right.
They tally all their money together at the end, and they're like, "Ooh, we don't have enough to get food yet." Right? And they're all starving. They're like, "Oh, we're so hungry." So they hang outside a restaurant. They wait for these people to leave that didn't eat much, and then they all bum rush the table. They start grabbing everything. And these other families are looking at them like, "What the fuck?" Because it's just 4 kids, and we're talking like kids. We're talking like 10, 11 years old.
Okay.
All right. So they're fucking bum rushing the food.
Are these famous kids? Are these kids that I would recognize?
No, you won't recognize any of them. Nick. I don't even recognize a white kid. Then to Star.
Okay.
Don't know who he is.
Okay.
So
love it.
The kids, they're walking home, right, and they see a catering van, and they wait till people go inside, and they run inside the van. They steal a gigantic cake, take off sprinting, right. They go to a skate park and they're eating, and they're talking about their shitty ass childhoods, and they're all homeless, bro.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, this movie is not what you. I know, right. As I was watching it, I was like, damn, I haven't seen this movie in a long time. I was like, I forgot all about this shit. That this was the premise to this.
Wow, it's one that's crazy. So, and then so we can rule out Science Boat.
That's gone, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you know. You're a little more accurate on your guess towards the end.
Okay.
Beginning though, I don't think anyone in the universe could have guessed. I was probably about a homeless child.
Yeah, homeless child ring.
It's gonna start with a whale in his freedom, and then a homeless child will somehow get them.
Is this movie about Pizzagate? Is that what this is?
Dude, it might be. You never know when Pizzagate's coming.
It might be.
Would spoil the beans.
Much like Free Willy, I've never seen Pizzagate, so I have no idea what that's actually about.
They're close. Free Willy's a little better.
I didn't see that on my VHS tapes to Winnie the Pooh. It was all Free Willy, no Pizzagate.
No Pizzagate. So they're like the little white kid Jesse just talking about how he just would love his own place one day. You know, he just wants a home. Right then cops come in, they break out running, right? They're like, oh, split up. So the cops are following him down the street. They split up. So now he's with just another dude, right? Instead of 4, it's just 2.
Right.
They sneak into a building and hide. The cops go by him.
Right.
And in this building, they sneak into like another room. And they go like, what the fuck's in here? And they open the door. And they don't notice that there's like a little security thing beeping.
Okay.
Like they don't see it, so they just keep going in, right?
Okay.
So they find a bunch of spray paint. They're like, oh fuck yeah! Look at, they start tagging the whole because they're bad, they're homeless. They just start tagging everything.
And that's the lesson you should take away from Spoil the Beans tonight: is that homeless people are bad.
Dude, they're the fucking worst.
They're bad.
They're not even people. They don't have souls like us, right? Beaters.
I'm pretty sure that's spot on.
We'll poll that later. Do homeless people have souls?
We'll put that up on the Instagram.
We will, baby. That's what Spoil the Beans is all about. Freedom. So
yeah, vote.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, please.
And let us know. And be honest with your vote. Mm-hmm. I'm not judging. We don't judge. Hey, one thing in Spoil the Beans we do not do.
No.
We do not do.
We do not. We don't do or Jew.
We don't do. We don't. Well, no Jews on this podcast. We do not Jew on this podcast. And we also do not judge.
No.
Not a Spill the Beans.
Yes. So you can hate the homeless.
You can hate whoever you want, baby. We don't like Jews. So
hopefully the Jews find that as funny as we did.
Oh, they better. Yeah. They have the best sense of humor. If they didn't, it's like, what happened to y'all?
Who has the better sense of humor? Jewish people or black people?
Black people.
Yeah?
Black people are way funnier. Black people are funnier, bro. Jewish people are funny. Don't get me. I mean, they are fucking hilarious.
Well, they're number 2 if black people are.
Oh no, Jewish people are. That's number 2.
Yeah,
number 2, man. And then you guys and other kind of Asians are fighting it out for 3.
You know what?
And Mexicans too. There's some funny ass Mexicans out there.
We'll add this to the poll too.
Yeah.
We'll figure out who do you think is.
I wish we could do it. I wish we could list. I wish I could do have people send in 5. You know, like in order. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I wish there was a way to do that. We'll figure it out. What movie are we talking about again?
Schindler's List. No,
Schindler. So, all right, Liam. Okay, Willy. Okay, so we're talking about fucking Free Willy.
Mm-hmm.
They're tagging everything. He as they're doing all this, his friend, he like loses his friend. And then he's walking through the shed, and it's like, well, it looks like a shed, and it's dark as fuck. He's like, he's calling out his friend, and then lightning strikes. He sees a gigantic whale, and like right in front of him, like, what the fuck? He screams, he runs, right? He goes up to run, and when he gets to the door, he looks back, and he's like, what was that? Like he has that look, and then he walks back to look at it, and then like now it's like kind of the lights are kind of on, and he's just staring at this whale, and it's just the biggest fish you've ever seen in the smallest tank you've ever seen.
Okay.
Like the most uncomfortable situation.
Okay, that's funny. That's funny.
And right then you hear the friend go, Jesse, cops! And then him and the friend running. The friend breaks out, right? The friend gets out. Jesse drops something and he trips, and then he gets up to run, and then they catch him outside. And then he's fighting the cops. And they're like, calm down, kid, calm down. He's fighting them, and they don't shoot him because he's white. So the owner... We're having fun tonight, guys. This is a night shoot, baby.
Yeah, this is loosey goosey.
Loosey goosey tonight, babe.
Yeah.
The owner of this, I guess what you don't know of the owner, but just a guy is like watching. He's watching all this, right? And he's just kind of like just watching the kid fight. So Jesse's talking to a cop. The cop is the black dude, the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company black guy from Forrest Gump.
Okay.
Him. He's the cop in this, right?
Okay.
And he's talking to the Jesse kid, and they clearly have a relationship. Mm-hmm. Like he clearly they know each other for a long time, right?
Yeah.
So he's talking to him about like all the trouble he gets into, blah blah blah, and then he tells him that what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go clean up the place you vandalized. That's gonna be your punishment, right?
You're just gonna let these kids live on the street, huh? You're not gonna take them to a place.
Tells him if he doesn't, he's gonna have to. If he doesn't go clean up, he's gonna have to go to baby jail. Lock him up in juvenile, blah blah blah. That's what you're gonna have to. It's quiet for a second, and then he tells him, he's like, where we dropped you off at before we lost you, pretty much. That couple where you were supposed to go, that couple still wants you, right? So that's why he was homeless.
Okay. So he ran away. That makes sense. All right.
So the little boy, that's how I was like, I like where your head was. I like where your head was because you were asking basic questions that you should ask.
Also, 90s movies are insane.
Yeah, sometimes it could have just been a homeless fucking kid.
Yeah, and you just have to live with that fact.
No, he's just a runaway.
Okay.
So he said they said the couple that adopted, they still want you.
Right.
And then he's like, oh, why would they? Well, what's wrong with them? Like he's like, what's wrong with them? They must be crazy, right? And then the cop's like, yo, you only get a few chances in life, son. You know what I mean? He's like, you got to take advantage. This is one of those chances, especially for you. He tells him about like especially a kid where you're coming from. This is a big chance for you.
Right.
Don't mess with it. The fact that they still want you is crazy.
Yeah.
You know? So the little kid goes, did you hear from my mom yet? And he looks at him. He goes, Jesse, no one's heard from your mom in 6 years. He's like, he just gets all mad, right? So the cop drops him back off at the Greenwood family place, right? The Greenwoods. The guy is Michael Madsen, Bud from Kill Bill.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
The woman is a white lady. All right. So
she's in a lot of these movies.
Dude,
This random white lady? Been killing it.
So the mom's trying to talk to Jesse and be nice. Like, hey, how's it going?
Right.
Good to finally meet you, blah, blah, blah. He ain't having it. He's just like, being a little shit. They go sit down to eat dinner. He's eating like he's never eaten forever.
Right.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, he's a homeless kid. Not a lot of skills for homeless kids.
Michael Madsen, Bud, he's trying to get to know him.
Right.
All right. And he's like, well, what are you into? And he's like, I'm not into talking I'm not into talking while I'm eating. That's what I'm into. And then he goes back to eating, and the Bud's like, okay.
Good move.
Not a bad line.
Good move.
So they give him a room, and he's looking through them. He's like, whoa, they give him some dope ass cool like Nike shoes at that time that would have been dope.
Yeah.
They have a present for him, and they're trying to be nice.
Yeah. What is that? Are Jordans out in 95? Is this 95?
These are a dope ass pair of Nikes, but these weren't J's.
Is this 95? What year are we talking?
I don't think this is 95.
I just said 95.
Where'd you say 90? I wondered where you even got it from.
Yeah, I just assumed early 90s. This is early 90s, right?
Is this early 90s?
Ooh, looking it up live.
I don't know. I usually don't do this because of King this thing, and I'm not doing this on this fucking podcast too.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll allow it. 1993.
93. That was close.
Mm-hmm. So yes, Jordans are out there.
Okay.
But this is just Nikes. Mm-hmm. So he pulls out. So they leave the room. He's sitting there on the bed. He pulls out like a fucking homeless person. This 11-year-old boy.
A bindle?
A harmonica. He's fucking 11.
Yeah, that's great.
Starts playing it.
Yeah,
like a homeless person.
Little Bob Dylan over here.
Right?
Yeah.
How 90s is that? He pulled out a harmonica, and then like, oh yeah, we all are like, yeah, this 11-year-old plays the shit out of this harmonica.
Yeah, it's just these sorrows. It's all
How much
sorrows.
do you think that went into the casting? We got to find a white kid that can play the harmonica.
I'm pretty sure they just dubbed over the harmonica.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because of the fact that this kid was a nobody, I was like, I wouldn't put it past them.
If harmonica was like,
yo, the kid's got to be able to play the harmonica. He's got to be cute and play the harmonica.
Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past someone to do that.
I wouldn't either. The next day, Glenn is dropping him off. That's Bud. Bud. Yeah, he's dropping him. I'm going to call him Bud.
Okay.
Bud's a better, more fun name. Bud is dropping him off. Yeah. I like Kill Bill too. He's dropping him off at a theme park that he vandalized, right? Mm-hmm. And he tells him how, home's not far. His job's not far. Here's his bike. He can ride to either one. You can just ride home.
What's the theme park called?
Oh, fuck. They don't talk about it really. So they don't really talk. That's not the point. But it's like Theme Island or some shit.
Yeah. It's something lame like Aquatic
Land.
Something
like Island Land. Yeah, some island. Something, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Something like that. But yeah, Aquatic Land's perfect. Let's go with that. Aquatic Land. And he tells him to go to the aquatic area. He literally says that. Go to the aquatic area and ask for Randolph. All right. And then Jesse just walks off. He doesn't say anything. And then he's like, well, great. I'm like, see you later. Like, just like all annoyed. So Jesse goes to find the Randolph guy. The people tell him he lives next door. So he goes to his place and he walks in. He's looking for him. And the guy has like a really cool spot on the water. And then Jesse's like noticing all this cool shit. He's like, whoa, this guy's like, what is this guy? And then you hear a guy behind him. This is the guy who was watching him.
Okay.
When he got right, he goes, well, the artist returns. And he looks and he's all nervous. He's like, welcome back. He's like, he's like, you see all the spray paint? And the kid's like, Jesse's like, yeah. He's like, well, time. He takes him back inside to where he's like, see all your spray paint? He's like, yeah. He's like, well, now it's time to let your creativity go backwards. Let's undo this, right? And then he's like, he gives him a bunch of paint. He's like, you know what to do with this? He's like, oh, a bunch of like scrub brushes. He's like, you know what to do with this? He's like, yes, sir. He's like, see you later. And he walks out, right? So Jesse starts scrubbing, and he's just looking at the whale because this is where he's spraying. Yeah, he's looking at the whale, right? Yeah, he's just staring at it, and he goes up to the top to get a better view, and then he goes over the edge to look at it, and then the whale jumps up. And he's like, whoa, he starts screaming, and the owner grabs him. He's like, what are you doing up here? He's like, nothing. And he's like, he tells me like that whale's 7,000 pounds. You know what I mean? He's like, bite you in half, rip you in pieces in a second, He's like, what you want to do with Willy is you got to give him space. Don't bother him. He won't bother you. Understand? He's like, okay. Right. He's all nervous. He goes back to cleaning. He hears an announcement for the Sea Lion show.
Right.
He's like, oh, shit. So he goes outside. He hears that they do 4 shows a day for these sea lions. Bro.
These sounds getting gigs.
We do 2.
Yeah, these sea lions working. We do 2 on the weekends. 1 Thursday, and that's it. They
make these sea lions do 4 shows.
Every day.
They don't get paid.
They don't get paid. But they're doing it, they're doing it for the recognition
and
the
right.
Instagram followers.
And they're trying to get to SeaWorld. Everybody's just working their way up
to
get to the NFL. Mm-hmm. So, Instagram followers. So, he's watching the show, right? And there's like there's barely anyone there. And it's kind of in that same situation as SeaWorld. You know how like that set up, with like the stadium.
In the amphitheater?
Yeah. So, he's watching, and the woman who's the trainer you've never seen a League of Their Own, which is one of my favorite movies ever. But she's from the movie Point Break, which is also you've never seen.
No.
But anyway,
effectively for me, she's just another random white lady.
Even though she's been in some great shit. Yeah. So she's like, you tell she's really good with the animals, and Jesse's like watching. He's like, oh, so impressed. He's so cool. So you see a big business guy, like a rich guy in a suit, and he's watching. You can already tell he's evil.
Yeah.
He hates it. Hates the show. So they tell the crowd in a couple minutes their prized possession, Willy the orca whale, will come out, right? So Willy comes out and he blows his thing, and like the couple kids there are like, oh, they kind of freak out. Mm-hmm. So the trainer lady comes up to Jesse. She's like, you the graffiti kid, huh? He's like, yeah. She's like, you really messed up our stuff. And he's like, I know. And she's like, you like whales? And then he's like, nah, but I like him. And then he points at Willy, and she's like, well, he doesn't like anyone. Willy is a super special case. And then he's like, so? And he walks off.
Okay.
Because he's a bitch.
So he's cleaning the tank area, or near the tank, and he's bonding with this. Like, okay, I've never seen this movie, but how similar is this to Shape of Water?
Bro. This is nothing like Shape of Water.
Okay.
When we do Shape of Water.
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, oh, it's similar to Shape of Water, and then when we get about to this point, you're gonna be like, oh, this movie's nothing like Shape of Water, because this movie keeps going a certain direction.
Yeah.
Shape of Water does not go that way.
Yeah, okay.
No. No, that's why it won the Oscar, because it was like, what the fuck was that?
All right.
I can't wait till we do that one. But as so far, yeah, pretty close. Pretty close.
All right.
So Jesse's in the backyard alone. He's playing.
That is fun to think of Shape of Water as like the Christopher Nolan gritty remake of
Free
Free Willy.
Yeah, this is Free Willy. Yes.
Free Willy is Batman
Free
and
Willy
Robin.
is Michael Keaton Batman.
Okay.
And then Christian Bale's Dark Knight is
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water.
Yeah, okay.
So he's playing the harmonica in the backyard like a homeless person.
Right.
Bud comes up and he asks him to play catch, right? Jesse's not, he doesn't want to play. And then he's like, come on, man, let's hang out. And he's like, oh, how much are they paying you to be my jailer? And then Bud laughs. He's like, you think I'm your jailer, huh? He's like, well, wow, well, you won't believe how much I'm making from you. You're a cash cow, kid. And then he tells him, he's like, I was a rule breaker myself, so I get you. I understand what's going on. He's like, you tell me what you need to be comfortable, and I'll make it happen. And then he's like, well, the kid's like, well, I got my own rules since you guys want to give me rules. He's like, well, all right. He laughs. He's like, well, give me your rules. He's like, all right, first rule, I need an allowance every week. And the guy holds up a $5 bill. He's like, $5. He's like, done. Gives him the $5. He's like, what next? And the kid's like, I don't know. And he laughs. He's like, really? He's like, I hadn't thought past this. He's like, he laughs. Okay. He goes, well, I got a rule. I want you in the house by 7 and no disappearing at all. No disappearing ever again. Okay. And the kid's like, okay. And then he throws him the ball and he walks off.
Right.
So Jesse's painting the tank now. Like the graffiti's all off now. He's repainting the tank. And he's like, almost finished. He's almost done. And he pulls out his harmonica and he starts to play, right?
What a character trait.
That's why I was like, dude, no, this might have been the reason they got him.
What a character trait.
So he's pulling out his harmonica.
Well, now, I can't believe this is like 3 times in the last like 10 minutes.
Oh, dude, the harmonica's the movie. I don't know why you thought I just said that. Like, no, the harmonica is the movie, nigga. It's the movie. It's Free Willy and the harmonica.
What a great band name. Free Willy and the harmonica?
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. They play a lot of folky. They're in the same realm as Mumford and Son. For sure. Free Willy and the harmonica, that's the same genre.
They make music. Yeah. They make the same kind of songs.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
It's not even the same genre.
That's the same genre.
Yeah, that's Avicii, isn't it?
That's Mumford and Sons. You see how to save a life. That's also Mumford and Sons. Where did I go wrong?
That's way closer to Mumford and Sons.
That's Mumford and Sons. It is Mumford and Sons.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you for just agreeing with me sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't need to rewrite. It's okay.
So he's playing a fucking harmonica like he's Ray Charles.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know, but that's what is happening. And you see the whale's point of view, like watching him play this.
Right.
And he starts doing like cool kind of swim moves as he's getting towards him, right? And Jesse's watching. He's like, wow. And then the whale starts singing like towards him. He's like, like that, right?
That's horrifying when you do it.
That's what he's. When you see it, you're like, oh, okay, yeah. Eric's spot on, dog. So Jesse's playing.
It's like you're Stallone. It's a perfect impression.
Yeah. It's just like that. So Jesse plays, and the whale's singing, and then he runs upstairs, and then he's watching, and Willy's doing all this cool stuff, right? He's just looking at him. And then right then the trainer walks up, and then the whale splashes all this water on the trainer.
Right.
And the trainer's like, well, you have a nice day too, you grouch, because she's soaked now. And then she tells him how it's impossible to make him perform. He's so smart, but he's just so mean. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah, I wonder what caused that.
I don't know. Seems like Willy's being a little bitch.
Yeah, I guess do your job.
Do your job. They're paying you. So she's going through all the fish food that she just bought, right? And I start going, and she was like, hey, because he's just looking at it and like putting it all on one thing. She's like, no, you got to look through it and see that some fish is good, some fish is bad. Some fish is good, some fish is bad. And then she's like, why are you buying bad fish? And he's like, well, they give us such a cheap amount of money to take care of him that we have to buy this fish and then just go through it. You know what I mean? So we can get enough of it.
Sounds like corporate, ruining everything. Corporate is the worst.
God, I love your corporate song. Yeah. He goes, do killer whales kill people? She's like, no. And then she goes, well, Willy really loves salmon. That's his chocolate. And he's like, okay, cool. He smiles. Mm-hmm. So late night, you see Jesse sneaking out the window. Sneaks out the window of his house, and he goes to the tank, right? And he's playing music for Willy, and he's just looking at him, and Willy's doing cool tricks. And then he hears the owner, like the light come on, the Randolph guy, the light come on, he sees him coming upstairs.
Yeah.
And he's like, he freaks out, and he tries to run. And as he runs, he slips and falls, bangs his head on the thing, falls in. All right? So now he's just sinking in the tank. The guy opens the door, comes out, sees nothing.
Right.
Just close the door. Okay? So now he's just sinking in this tank, completely knocked out cold. Willy comes up with his nose, just pushes him to the surface, and then like just kind of pops him right back on the land, you know? And then he fucking coughs, right? And he's looking at him, and Willy's head's just staring out, like out the water, kind of just staring at him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "You saved my life." And then Willy just swims off, right? So he's wrapped up in a blanket and he's soaked. He's talking to the Randolph guy. And then the Randolph guy's like, "You must be one special kid, man. That's crazy Willy didn't eat you up or just tear you apart right there. It makes no sense. He would have tore up anyone else in that tank, you know?" He's like, "You are one lucky little white boy." He actually says that, which is really funny. Willy, he goes, Willy, and the boy goes, "Willy just has no problems with me. We appreciate each other." And then he goes, "Son, I don't know about that. Willy doesn't like anyone near his tank." And then he goes, "What were you doing up there anyway?" And then he's like, "I just wanted to say goodbye to him. It was the last time I was going to see him, you know?" And he was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Well, you ever look in Willy's eyes?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Well, the whales have been here long before man was here. It's like they're the true ones who discovered the stars and all these other things, right?"
All right, a little bit of a stretch, but I get what you're saying.
I get what he's saying.
Yeah. They discovered the stars.
So he goes, "Maybe he sees you, Jesse." And then right there, Jesse's like, oh. So he takes him home, and then he's like, "Your parents are up." And he's like, "They're not my parents, right?" And then they run out. They're like, "Where have you been? Where have you been? You're soaked." And he's like, "I fell in the tank." And they're like, "The whale tank? What are you doing there? Blah, blah, blah. We told you about sneaking out." And then Randolph, they're saying like, you know, "You got to shape up, blah, blah, blah." And then the Randolph guy's like, "Oh, I think he's a good kid. He just wanted to say bye. He has a connection with the whale." He's like, "I have an idea. How about I give him a part-time job, you know, working down at the thing."
Yeah, at Aquatic Land.
At the Aquatic Land. You know what I mean? It'll make him some money. It'll make everybody happy.
And he can hang out with his whale friend.
Yeah, which is, imagine being a kid and having a fucking whale as a friend.
Pretty dope.
Pretty fucking cool.
Pretty dope.
So.
Can't really play video games with him, though.
No, you could beat the shit out of him. But
what?
Halo.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't beat the shit out of him.
In Halo?
Oh, in Halo. Yeah. They just had like just.
No, in video games. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, yeah.
You're fucking him up every time.
Yeah.
He's a dumb whale.
Yeah. Can't even get his flippers on the controller.
No, he can't even get out of the water.
Yeah. Whales are stupid.
Stupid as fuck. So.
That's what the reason I brought up Blackfish, I wanted to say this is like, so they there's a scene where like the whales figure out how to like dodge the predators, us, you know, and then we just use airplanes to track them. And I'm like, "Oh, dude,
I've heard that.
We're the best species on the planet, and it's not even close, dude."
Kick-ass, you stupid whales.
Yeah, dude, they're supposed to be so smart, and we got them so easily.
Yeah, they're supposed to be so smart.
Yeah. God.
Yeah? You're supposed to be so smart. I don't see no podcast with no fucking whales. I don't see no whale experience.
There's no two dope whales.
There's no two dope whales. There's no fighter in the whale. There's none of that.
Whale
shit.
in the kid. Whale in the kid.
It's the whale in the sting.
Yeah, whale in the sting. Gang, flub, flub.
Gang, flub, flub. And it's just a fucking whale with a mullet. So, where the fuck? Oh, Randolph is telling telling him like, "Hey, we'll give him a job." They say it's okay, but they're like, "But from now on, you got to be straight with us. No more sneaking out, blah, blah, blah." And they're like, "All right." And then the Bud goes, "Well, it's past your bedtime, son. Get in there." And he goes, "I'm not your son." And he storms off. Right, he's a little piece of shit.
Right.
So.
He's been homeless. You got to cut him some slack.
Yeah, I'll give him a little bit. You're right.
Yeah, you said we don't judge here.
We don't judge. Mm-hmm. So Jesse rides to work the next day. He's so happy because now
so
he's going to.
Piece of shit is happy.
He's so happy. The attraction's closed that day. He's like, "What's going on?" He walks up. He just hears something weird, and he just hears. Willy screaming.
This is a lot. Every time you do that noise, it's like too much.
Because that's what's happening.
Yeah.
You feel it till you're like, "Oh, wow, I guess the whale is screeching." Like, it's fucking graphic, dude.
Yeah, it's graphic.
So they're working on this whale. Mm-hmm. And the trainer tells him, like, the trainer's yelling at, like, because they're doing these tests on him. The trainer's like, "He shouldn't be in this tank. He's too big for it. He's too old when you guys captured him. Blah, blah, blah. He shouldn't be here. This tank has been giving him issues. Look how sad he is." All these things, right? Jesse's watching as Willy's just screaming and screaming. He's freaking out. And so he sees the ropes that are holding him as the trainer's going off and blah, blah, they're all distracted. And he goes and he like unties them and then runs off. And then of course Willy's able to like get out and just swim away from like all the nets that they had him on, you know? Right. And then of course they're all like, oh my God, what happened? The nets came loose, blah, blah, blah. The owner, the Randolph guy, comes up to Jesse and he's like, I saw what you did. And then he's like, so? And he's like, I'm sure Willy's really grateful. And he walks off, right? And he's like, because he thought he was going to be in trouble.
Right.
So we see the asshole guy in the suit, right?
I was literally about to say, where's the business guy?
He's in the suit watching this, and he's complaining about how much this stupid fucking whale already costs and how much he hates him. He hates this whale. So Jesse is now down at the fish market, right? And he's trying to get leftover like fish for Willy, right? And then his friend sees him, his bad friend from the beginning. You know what I mean? So he sees him, He's like, yo, blah, 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 Jesse, where you been? And he tells him how, he works at that place that they tagged up, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, that's a drag. He's like, yeah, man, it sucks. And he says, well, he's now working for pretty much a gang. He's like in a gang now, right? And he's with this older guy who run the gang, blah, blah, blah. He's like, we're making money. I can get you in and all these things. And he's like, I don't know. I got to think about it. And the dude's like, whatever. And he leaves, right? Mm-hmm. So Jesse throws a piece of fish in the tank, right? And then he starts playing the harmonica. Willy grabs it, brings it back to the edge and kind of throws it back at him.
Right.
And he's like, what's up? You don't want to eat it? And he's like, what's the matter? You don't like it? And then Willy shakes his head like this. He's like, why don't you like it? And then Willy opens his mouth. He's like, oh, you want me to put it in your mouth? And then Willy does like this, right? He's like, okay. You know what movie it is like? Have you ever seen How to Train Your Dragon?
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
It's How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon is Free Willy.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Like legitimately now that I'm saying it, I'm like, oh my God, this is just How to Train. Well, How to Train Your Dragon is this.
That's hilarious. That'd be so funny if at the end of the movie they would go off to fight the mother whale.
The mother of whales who's like an asshole.
Yeah.
So that was such a good movie.
Why is the dragon mother so mean?
So mean. So he's like, okay, and then he goes, I'll make you a deal. He grabs a piece of fish. He goes, I'll put this in your mouth, but you don't bite my hand. And like was like this, and then he throws it in, and Willy eats it. And he likes it, right? So Jesse gets like cocky, and he looks around, and then he reaches his hand out really slow, real slow, and then he starts petting the nose, and he's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "You're so rubbery," and then he goes, and he's like, "You're still beautiful though," and he rubs him, right? And then he goes to leave, right? He's going to leave the tank, and then Willy follows him. He's like, "What are you doing? You want to come with me?" And he's like, and then Willy shows him he can roll over. He's like, whoa, I can do that too. And then he rolls over. And he's like, well, can you wave? And then he waves at him. And then Willy rolls to his side and he waves, which is, I mean, that is fucking crazy shit that a whale can do.
It's a real whale?
Yeah.
They use?
Yeah, real whale. They use a real whale for most of the scenes. And then some of the scenes it's an animatronic, a couple. But it's a real whale for most.
Huh. So there is this sort of sense of irony that the movie is about freeing this whale.
Yeah.
And it's being played by a captive whale.
Oh, yeah. They're not getting paid for that role.
Yeah.
That made, how much did this movie make? Yeah. Motherfucking almost millions. Not billions, but millions.
Yeah.
Because it murdered the box office. I looked up. It made crazy money at the box office. And then VHS sales for this movie must have been
through the charts.
Through the fucking, with all the trailers that they pushed. You know what I mean? The VHS sales for this must have been nuts.
Yeah. So but the irony is.
Oh, God. The whale saw none of that.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Will died so sad.
Yeah.
So he's doing all these cool tricks with the whale, right? And then he's like, can you dance? And like the whale starts kind of dancing. And then he makes Willy do like circle spins. And the owner and the trainer are watching and they're freaking out. They're like, what the fuck? This is crazy. And then they're like, it looks like Willy found his soulmate finally, you know? And they're watching as Willy and Jesse are just playing. They're making faces at each other. Like he's making faces and the whale's making faces back. Pretty crazy cool, dude.
Crazy.
Pretty crazy cool. So the trainer comes up, right? The trainer lady, she was like, wow. She's like, can you feed him? And he's like, sure, I can feed him. And she's like, because they struggle with feeding him, right?
Right.
And then he feeds him, and then he's like, you want to try? And then she smiles. She's like, yeah, right? And so now she's all nervous. She comes up, she grabs a fish, and then right then Willy splashes her and swims off. And then she's like, oh, Willy, he still hates me. He's like, why? He's like, when he got here, I had to run a bunch of tests on him, and he's never forgiven me. That's crazy that whales are smart like that.
Petty whale. Petty whale.
I'm on the whale side.
Yeah.
I was like, man, fuck you.
Yeah.
You were the one doing it. He don't know that she didn't want to do it.
That's fair.
So the trainer is telling Jesse all about the orcas, right? And how they all stay together, like all these cool facts, like how they stay together for 50 years, like together.
Oh, they're a family.
Orcas. Yeah. Orcas are like they all, they're all packs and they live in the ocean and they all stay together till they die. And she says how what her real passion is, she doesn't want to be a trainer. She wants to work with orcas in the ocean, like and be what you were talking about, like whatever.
Yeah.
Meteorologist.
All right, so science boat is back
Is
in
it
play.
meteorologist?
No, definitely not meteorologist.
It's meteorologist.
No.
Marine biologist.
There we go.
I was so close.
There we go. Yeah, you were.
So she tells him.
But science boat is back in play, and that's most important.
It is.
Yeah.
So she tells him how Willy is sad because he needs to be in a bigger tank.
Right.
Hence the fin.
Oh, the fin.
His fin's down as fuck the whole movie. It's like it's so. It does make you feel really bad that the fin is down the whole movie.
Wow, they really got that right.
Yeah, he did. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. So, damn, I can't believe their fucking things were just down.
Yeah, for years.
And everybody would go watch and be like, I guess that's normal.
Yeah, and then the whale that the Blackfish about had like killed multiple people.
Because he hated it?
Yeah, probably. Imagine if you were just forced to work the lot no matter what.
And they fed me and
Every
kept me
day.
out there, made me do tricks.
Yeah,
and
it made you do tricks and you worked out there and you were ripped from your family.
I was a slave. Oh, you mean like a slave?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably kill a couple of paid regulars. I'd probably kill a couple of them.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
They're
man.
dead. I'm talking about people I like.
Yeah, it's a prisoner, and then you've put a person in a cage with that prisoner. And sometimes that prisoner gets fucking mad.
Especially if the prisoner is a 7,000-pound monster.
Whale. Yeah, that can fuck us up.
And it's smart as shit.
Yeah, for being relatively small, it's crazy that we're at the top of the food chain.
God, we're cute because we kick ass, dude.
Yeah, dude, we're good.
We fucking kick ass.
Yeah, we're like the Americo species, dude. We're awesome.
We're fucking awesome!
Yeah.
She tells him how the business guy won't pay for a bigger pool unless Willy makes more money. She's like, but
classic business.
I think you can help with that. All right. So she goes out to teach him how to train Willy. And then he's like, well, can he hear me? And she's like, oh, yeah, he can hear you from everywhere in this pool. She talks about like their sonar kind of hearing. And then she's like, the goal is she gives him a stick is like to make Willy touch his nose to this stick. And then he does it. And then he gives him like a treat, right? And he's so happy. And then she tells him how orcas also love their tummy rubbed, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, you want me to rub his tummy? And then he's like, I don't think so. And she laughs, right? So the owner, the Randolph guy, gives Jesse a book from his he's a Native American. So he gives him a book from his Native American heritage about whales. Mm-hmm. And he tells him a story of a man being stuck in a storm and like how the animals had to save him, blah, blah, blah. And while he's telling him this story, it cuts to Jesse, like just like this now. Jesse's telling the story to the Annie lady, the mom that's taking care of him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he's now telling it to her. And he's all excited. And she's loving the story.
Who was the Bible character that was in the whale's stomach? Pinocchio?
No.
That happens in Pinocchio too, right? They get eaten by the whale.
It happens in Pinocchio, but the Pinocchio story happens in Leviticus. The story you are talking about.
Oh, okay. Is it Jonah?
Jonah! Ding, 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 ding. Well done, buddy.
Hey.
That was well done.
Hey.
I'm very proud of you on that one. Are you going to have that on for the shows in Cincinnati?
I don't take it on stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My plan is to wear it while the swelling is still there. I think that's a good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how you got it, guys? From being fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude. Fucking killer whale finger right here, bro. Fuck yeah, dude.
Thought I was going to say something bad, but I didn't. I said
No.
you got it from being a badass.
Yeah, I did. Finger in my own butthole.
That's not badass.
Yeah. What?
That's not badass.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah, I'll see you doing it.
the
Scaredy cat.
prayer, the man says that the whale, to get the whale to save him in this story is Sala, it's like Sala Noe Loasias. Sala Noe Noasias. Like, right, said it over and over again. That's what saved him. So he's telling her this story. So they cut to Jesse and Willy they're playing, and it just looks amazing. It's like a montage of just them like having a great time together.
Yeah.
They show Jesse stealing fish from the market for him, right? He's still just kind of doing bad stuff, and he's doing more training and tricks, and he's hanging out with them all day. But every night he's just watching Willy cry. Every night, right?
I knew it was coming, and I hated it.
So the next day,
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
he's gotten very good at training Willy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy good. The trainer makes him like this Coke bottle toy for him to play with. He has Willy doing all this amazing shit. He's he's letting him ride him now. He's kissing his nose. He's rubbing his tongue. Like, you know what I mean? Like all these things. Like the trainer's just like, whoa, he's He's got it.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah. So that night he goes and he drops dinner off at Glenn's, Jesse, and at Glenn's job. And Glenn's showing him the car that he used to have, and he's like, the picture of this car he used to have. And he's like, oh my God, it's so cool, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, I had to sell it. It was the love of my life back then. He's like, well, why'd you have to sell it? He goes, well, you get older, kid, and you realize you can only have one love at a time. Oof. You know what I mean?
That sounds not true.
Yeah, but I get what he's saying. It's like, because what he was saying was that there was a situation where he had to give something up. Yeah. Because you love your wife more.
Yeah.
You know, that's what, like he said, he's like, I did something for her. And then he's like, oh, you had to do it for Annie. He's like, yeah. He's like, well, I love her. And he's like, well, do you and Annie ever fight? And he laughs and he goes, yeah, we schedule one fight a month. And he's like, okay. So he's talking to him he sees a picture with him and his mom, Bud and his mom. He's like, oh, wow, look at you and your mom. And then he asks him about him. He's like, oh, my mom died 2 years ago, these things. And then he goes, oh, wow, well, my mom, then he goes, well, my mom's coming to get me soon anyway, so you won't have to worry about me soon. And he goes, oh, that's interesting. That's not what they told me about your mom. And he goes, well, you don't believe me either? And the kid starts going off about how nobody believes him. His mom's really coming back. He's like, you don't know anything. Nobody knows anything, okay? My mom said she's coming back. And he storms off, right? So
that's rough.
Yeah. So the Bud guy gets home, and he gets home, and the Annie lady tells him, like, oh, my God, I can't find Jesse, blah, blah. And they start freaking out, and they go out to find him. And right as they go out to find him, Jesse comes in. They're like, Jesse, where have you been? Blah, blah, blah. We told you can't leave here anymore and all these things. And then he goes, well, just dump me. Just dump me because I don't want to live here. I'm just staying here for a while and then I'm gone. And he storms upstairs, right? And then right then the Bud guy goes, golly, just when you think
How can I reach these keys?
How can I reach these keys? He literally says that. He goes, just when you think you're getting through to him, whammo, this kid hits you with another thing. And then the Annie guy goes, well, he's just pushing us away. And then he's like, well, I'd like to push him away. Nice. And she goes, don't say that. And they start a huge fight.
Nice.
Right? Huge fight. And she goes, you know, you're just saying these things because you have feelings for him and that makes you scared because you don't want to get close to anybody. And he's like, you don't know me, bitch.
Yeah. My dinner's cold. To them. Why I oughta. Yeah, 90s.
Yeah. So Jesse's watching this fight, and he's like, oh, my God.
Yeah, nice. I started this.
And he gets so mad, and he takes a baseball, and he throws it out of a window because he's a piece of shit kid.
Yeah.
So they run upstairs, and like, oh, my God, Jesse, are you okay? And he's like, no, I'm scared. And they go, about what? He's like, I don't know. I just don't like it when you guys fight. And then Bud goes, it's all right, Jesse. Adults fight. Doesn't mean anybody's going to get hurt. You know, blah, blah, blah. They crack a joke, and they make him laugh. And then he's like, come on, let's go outside and find that ball.
All right.
So they walk outside. So the next scene, Jesse's at the fish market, and he's actually paying for the fish. You know, he's talking to the guy.
Oh, he's growing.
He's growing. He gives it to Willy. Mm-hmm. His friend comes down while he's feeding Willy. He's smoking a cigarette. His other bad friend.
Right.
And he walks
the gang
up on
friend.
Him. Oh, yeah. And he's like, what's up, man? And he tells him, he's like, oh, this is what your job is? He's like, yeah. He's like, this is awesome. And then even Jesse's like, yeah, this is definitely awesome, right? And he's looking at the whale. And he goes, he tells him how he is traveling with that Dayton guy who's running this gang that he was talking about to Venice. He's like, you can come too, man, blah, blah, blah. We're going to be rich. And Jesse thinks about it for a second. He's like, I can't do it, man. I can't. He's like, okay. And then
what town are they in?
By the water. I forgot.
Okay. Just curious.
So he gives him a postcard and says, if you ever need me, just look me up. And it says like Venice Beach, right?
Okay.
Which is literally makes sense. It's like, oh, this is how homeless people started coming this way. So, because this is a future homeless kid.
Yeah, it's all Free Willy's fault.
Yep. So the other kid runs off. So he starts talking to Willy about how he misses his family. And then he says how his mom's in a bunch of pain, but his mom is a pain, like a pain in his ass, but he still misses her. And he goes, well, Willy, I hope you find, your family one day. And then he like hugs him and kisses him. He's like, I love you so much, Willy. Right? So the rich business guy pulls up, and Jesse's doing all the tricks with Willy as the rich guy watches, and he's just like, the wheels start turning. Yeah, you see, yeah. And then, it's the shots from the trailer. Come on, Willy, let's go. And Willy's doing all the tricks, right? It's like all the shots from the trailer.
That's so funny.
In this scene. When you see, you're like, these are the shots from the trailer.
Dude, trailers are so fucking weird, dude.
Dude, how you remember them, too, is weird.
Yeah, the ones that stick out to you?
Mm-hmm. So at the end of their whole thing, Willy jumps on the side of the sidewalk, like of the thing, and makes like a pose, and then gets back in the water. It's crazy that this whale can do all this shit.
Yeah, these whales are well trained.
Oh yeah, so
I guess if you could train a human, what you could get them to do is pretty insane.
Oh, for sure, dude. What they got black people to do back in the day?
That's a good point. See, good things happen.
Oh, come on. So the rich guy goes, "Can you do all that again?" And they're like, yeah. He goes, I'm spending a lot of money, kid. I need you to be sure. Can we do it again? And he's like, yeah, we can do it again. He smiles and he goes, set everything up. Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So-
he's about to become his own Shamu.
He's talking to his number 2 guy, and he's like, we let the kid work on the presentation. It catches on. We're back on track. The Willy Show. And we can finally make a lot of money because that's what all this is about to his number 2. Money. And he speeds off in his Corvette, right?
I'm a villain, and I state my motives clearly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He had to let you know that he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
So, cut to the park. They're fast forward, they're in the park, and they're pushing Willy like crazy. Park's sold out.
Yeah.
Absolutely sold out. Just mayhem. And just everything's about Willy, right? They give Jesse a cool swimsuit, like one of those trainer swimsuits, and a cool whistle. And the cop from earlier comes to see him, and they're like, oh, we're gonna make, Jesse's all happy. He's so excited. So
Was Willy get stage fright?
they're making the announcer, the Willy Show, blah blah blah. The trainer's doing this big intro for him. You just hear Willy crying, right? The owner says over and over, like he's watching. He's like, this is gonna be big. This is gonna be big. So she goes, bring him out, guys. Bring out Jesse. So Jesse comes out and they're like, go get him. And, they're the back, like, go get him. Just as Jesse comes out, people are cheering. Kids downstairs are beating on the glass below where you can see under the tank.
Yeah.
They're just beating on it. So many kids. Because and it just waves the kids keep coming in. They're all beating on it, trying to get Willy, right? His attention. Willy's just crying. So Jesse goes, all right, we're going to start, right? And he goes and he tries to do the first trick. Willy's not playing ball. And then he's asking him again, blah, blah, blah. Willy just keeps screaming, right? He's not playing ball. And then he's like, come on, bud, you can do it. I know you can. And Willy just does nothing. People start booing.
Nice.
People start booing. And like, oh, kid, you suck, kid. And like the bud guy's like, I'll kick your ass, man.
Yeah.
Don't talk to him that way. People are just getting restless. Jesse tries to get Willy because Willy just keeps spinning and going in a circle. He's like, stop, Willy, stop. He's just crying and going in a circle, right? Jesse's looking around watching everyone in slow-mo as people are just booing and clapping and trying to get him to do tricks, and he just runs off, right? And then everyone just boo. So Willy sees the kids beating on the glass and just rams his head into him. Poof, like that. All the kids freak out because one of the bolts break and water starts shooting out and they all run upstairs.
Right.
All right. A guy, the number 2 guy, comes downstairs and notices because he wants to see all the kids running. He comes downstairs and he notices one of the bolts have broken and the water leaking out, and he smiles. Okay? So.
Okay.
Jesse's crying. He ran off. He's so pissed. He's kicking his trash
mean?
can. He's just kicking it. His foster parents come up and calm him down. They have the cop with him too, right? And they're trying to talk to him. He's just not having it. And they tell him that, maybe the whale just didn't want to do it, blah, blah, blah. He cries and walks off. So the cop goes up and he talks to him. And then Jesse's like, man, screw those guys. Screw everyone. I'm sick of this place. I'm done. I'm going to go find my mom, right? And then the cop's like, no one can find her, Jesse. When will you get that? She isn't coming back. She dropped you off, and she didn't even look in the rearview mirror, which I thought was pretty harsh to say.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. That's pretty baller to say that to a kid.
And then he goes, these 2 people are here for you.
She wanted
They want to be your friend.
She had no thoughts about wanting you.
It's the truth.
Anyways, I'm trying to help you.
He is, though.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy that he really is? That is what the kid needs to hear. Because he's like, these people are actually here trying to be nice to you and
raise you.
Raise you.
Yeah. And
that woman hated you. You got to get past it.
Yeah, she ain't coming back.
So he's like, shut up, leave me alone. He sprints off. Mm-hmm. So that night, Annie's talking to him, right? And she's telling him to don't lose the faith with Willy.
Right.
She's like, they're like people, And she says goodnight, kisses him, and she walks out. So he's looking at a baseball. Jesse's laying in bed looking at a baseball, and he sets it down. And he looks at the postcard his friend gave him, the Venice Beach one.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and he grabs all of his stuff, packs everything, he sneaks out. Okay? So he goes and he sees Willy.
Whale heist.
Willy wants him to play. Willy,
right.
He's like, no, I'm not playing, right? I'm not playing with you, Willy. Jesse's still pissed at him. He throws the toy at him. He's like, no, get out of here. And then Willy grabs it and brings it back. He's like, now you want to play and now you want to do stuff? You choked today. You know that? You choked. You ruined us. And then Willy sprays him. Mm-hmm. And he's like, quit it. And then he shows him his whistle. He's like, see this? Say goodbye. And he throws it. And when he throws it, Willy starts crying. And then Jesse's go, I'm out of here, right? I'm going to California. And then Willy shakes his head no. As he walks off, Willy keeps crying, and then he hears more cries. They kind of sound like Willy's like, what is that? So he climbs to the top of the motherfucking
the thing?
The adventure park.
Okay.
Like the adventure, he climbs to the top of the park.
Aquatic land.
And as he sees Willy crying, he looks and sees the ocean, and he sees a family of orcas also crying. And that's what he's been crying to every night.
That's rough.
All right.
Good family.
They stayed and waited for him, dude.
Yeah.
So as he looks back down at Willy. He's like, oh, he sees a spark under his tank. And he's like, what the fuck? And he runs and he goes and sees. And as he runs down, he sees the rich number 2 guy with a couple other guys running out of the tank, right? And he's like, what? And he sneaks in and he runs down and they loosened all the bolts. So all the water's coming out the tank like crazy. Okay?
Are they trying to murder this whale? They're trying to assassinate this whale?
So he runs to Randolph's place. Randolph, wake up, wake up, wake up. There's a hole in Willy's tank. Randolph grunts. He goes, oh, they're trying to kill Willy. Because he comes in and it's just complete water coming in. He goes, they're trying to, he's like, why would they kill him?
Kill Will, Volume 1.
He goes, dude, it's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Why would they kill him? He's like,
can you imagine just Willy with like fucking swords and shit fighting?
He already has a cool outfit.
He does. He's there. He's halfway there. He's basically, he's this close to Uma Thurman right now. This close to being Uma Thurman. Yeah.
I need water.
You looked at me like I had more to say, and I really didn't.
Well, I had to keep drinking, so I was like, what are we going to do?
Yeah, well, we just looked at each other awkwardly.
And keep that in.
Definitely.
We'll keep that in.
Mm-hmm.
So he tells him how he's worth millions of dollars. And he's like, what? Willy's worth millions? He's like, that's right. He's like, well, Randolph, why don't we just free him? He's like, what? He's like, let's just free him. They're trying to kill him. Let's just free him. And then he looks around. He's like, I hate this job anyway. Let's get him out of here. So they smile, right? Whale heist starts.
Whale heist. Whale heist. Whale heist.
They call the trainer and let her know what's up, right? And
how long is this movie?
2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 hours. So the whale, he's like, they call him, the whale's gonna die. She shows up and she's like, oh my God. They tell him how his family's out there. We're gonna connect him with his family. They tell him the trainer, the girl, this because she walks up. Yeah. His family's out there. That's what he's been crying to every night. We're gonna go connect him. And then she's like, oh my God, that's why he's been acting so weird. She's like, yeah. She's like, well, shouldn't we call the police? And then he's like, hey, Willy's gonna die. Either get out of here or turn the number 2 pump on and help us. Right. She's like, and she goes and cuts it on. Right. Tank is almost pretty much empty now. They lift Willy out of the pool. He's screaming. It's gonna be okay, Willy. It's gonna be okay. They're lifting him out of this pool with this truck lifter thing they have. They start moving him. They get him on like this big bed, and they set him down right on like the bed of a truck. Right. And they're like, "Well, how are we gonna pull him? Like, we need something to pull this truck thing." And they're like, "I know." And then they go and they steal Glenn's truck, but they steal his truck.
Okay.
All right. Glenn, of course, looks out the window, sees his truck getting stolen, wakes up, he calls the cop. When he calls the cops, Annie runs upstairs. She goes, "Jesse's gone." So they think Jesse stole the truck.
Right.
All right. So they map out. Jesse and Randolph are mapping out a game plan to get him to the ocean. As they're doing this outside of the truck, on the CB radio, Glenn is calling him like, "Hey, answer me, Jesse. Are you out there? Please, do you have my truck? What's going on? Where are you going? Answer me." But they don't hear it because they're outside, right? So they get in the car and they start driving off. They start driving off with Willy. Someone calls the rich guy and wakes him up and tells him, "Hey, somebody stole your whale." And he goes, "What? Those motherfuckers, blah, blah." And he's like, "Well, I thought you wanted this." He was like, "No. We have," he goes, "we have death insurance on the whale. We do not have theft insurance."
It's fair. You don't think that's something that's gonna get stolen.
Oh, exactly. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And then he tells him he's like, "Come on down. We gotta go find him and tell the crew to go down to the ocean now, like the netting crew,
right,
from the beginning of the movie." So Randolph's taking back roads through the woods to get to the ocean. As he's doing this, a tree falls, like a tree had fell down, so now they're blocked. So like, all right, we got to back up and go to the main roads. We have to. So they start backing up. As they do this, the back of the truck kind of slides off and it gets stuck. Okay. Right? So now they're just stuck on the back of this road. Right? So they don't know what's with Willy.
Water.
No water. So Glenn's asking that he goes up to the cops and he asks them if they've heard anything about his truck. And he's like, "Oh, that was your truck that got stolen," because it's a small town, right?
Right. He's
like, "Yeah." He's like, "What about the whale? You heard?" He's like, "Does your truck have the whale on it too?" He goes, "Whale?" Right? So they're trying to move the truck still, but it's stuck. So they get on the CB radio, and Jesse calls. He's like, "Glenn and Annie, can you hear me? I need you. Come help." They hear it because they're with the cops.
Yeah.
They go to him, right?
Right.
And then they get there and he's like, "Oh my God, what's going on with my truck?" And he sees the whale. He's like, "Why is there a whale here?" Right? He's like, "They're trying to kill him, blah, blah, blah. Help us, please, help us. Glenn, please, I'll do anything. I'll do anything you ever ask me ever again. Please." And then he looks at me and goes, "What do you think we want from you, Jesse?" And he's like, "I don't know." And he starts crying. He goes up and he hugs him. He's like, I just know I have to look out for Willy." And then Willy's like, "Ah!" Right? So Glenn's like, "I'll help." So Jesse cries and he hugs him.
Fun fact about the whale, actually a British whale.
Oh, you knew that.
Yeah.
You can tell, right?
When he talks like this, and he's very calm in interviews.
But when he screams like how?
Yeah, like a whale. But he's really just British.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He started acting with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Blew up way before Benedict, but look whose career. You know how careers work.
It's all up and down.
Dude, acting, right? Hollywood, baby. So Glenn gets it unstuck, right? And they get it back on the main road. Mm-hmm. The rich guy and the cavalry, they're after him. The trainer tells Glenn the sun is coming up. We got to get him to the ocean. He's going to die soon. So they take him to Glenn's auto shop.
Okay.
To just because he has an auto shop, so they just put him like where a car wash would be, and they just put him through the car wash. Mm. You know what I mean? Just get him wet as shit. As that's happening, the rich guys drive right by him. They don't even see him. They drive right by him, right? So Willy's crying. They're like, we have to hurry. He's not doing good. So they pull up. They finally get him out. They start driving. They pull up. It's almost morning to Dawson's Marina.
Okay.
The rich guy is standing in front of this like gated marina, like where the boats would be, with like the gates closed, and it's like, you know, they're standing there with like 6 guys, right?
Right, a crew.
Yeah. And he's like, just go for it, honey. He fucking punches it. They all dive out the way. He blasts through the gate. Fucking spins the car around. Fucking ruins his own truck. Just backs it all the way into the ocean. You know what I mean? And he gets out of his door and he's just like, because it's just like water floating in his truck. And he's just like, fuck it, you know? And then the other guys now, the bad guys are now running into the water after them, right? They get into the back. They're trying to set Willy free. Willy isn't moving. All right, he's not moving. They're trying to push him like crazy. Come on, come on. The bad guys run up now. They're fighting in the water. Don't touch my son. Fucking Glenn's hitting this one guy who's trying to get Jesse off the whale. Willy finally comes to life and he starts moving. They push him off. He's like, go, Willy, go. I love you. Willy swims off, right? You see his fucking curved fin heading into the water. The camera pans back. You see the net boats blocking all the thing. Right? So the rich guy tells him, water's only 20 feet deep. No way he can get past him. He's done, right? Jesse, he tries to go swim. He's like, really, I'll help you. The trainer grabs him. He's like, it's too late. We can't, right? They pull him back to land. Willy hits the net. All the bad guys cheer, right? His nose hits the net. He kind of backs up, right? Everybody's like, yeah, right? Because now he's just blocked.
Right.
So Jesse runs off. And they're like, Jesse, where are you going? He starts running around to the marina, like the side of the marina now, right? He's like, Willy, follow me. Come on, Willy, follow my voice. So Willy starts swimming this way towards him. He's like, come on, Willy, come on. Follow me. Boats are dangerous. Come my way. So he's like, come here. And he gets all the way up to these rocks, right? Like that come into the water.
Right.
And he's like, comes right up. He's like, hey, Willy, come here, boy. And he's crying. And he's like, I'll miss you. He's like, don't forget me, okay? Because I won't forget you. He's like, and say hello to your mom. Will you do that for me? He's like, okay. And he's crying. He pushes him off. He's like, I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do it. Be free. Do it, Willy. Do it. Jump. Right? And he goes out and he's like, jump, Willy. Jump. And he's like standing on top of the rocks, right? You've seen this shot. I'm sure. This is the famous shot from it. It's like, jump. Jump, Willy. He's like, come here. You can do it. And he's like, you only have to do it once, Willy. I promise. Just one last thing. Jump. So he backs all the way up. The Randolph guy's looking and he's like, Willy has never had to jump over anything that high before. And then the Annie lady's like, no. And then Jesse starts saying the prayer, Selah, young nueases, Selah, young nueases, right? And then the Randolph guy starts saying it, Selah, young nueases. And you just start hearing them whispering together. Willy backs up and then he runs, he jumps in the air, slow-mo, gets over him. And then that classic shot of him holding his hand up and he's touching the belly, right? And he rubs his belly and it's all slow-mo. And then he's like, yeah! Right? And then Willy lands and the rich guy stares and he's like, oh my God, I hate that whale, which is crazy. You saw like a miraculous feat from God and to be like that.
But you lost so much money.
That whale.
You lost so much money.
You saw something, an act of God. You saw a whale jump over a boy.
You still lost hella money. And that's all that matters. Because corporate America is balls.
So Jesse's watching him disappear, right?
Yeah.
Into the distance. He's like, I'm going to miss you, Willy. Hope we see each other sometime, right? And then he thanks Glenn and Annie, and they give him a big hug. And you hear Willy's cries in the distance. Happy cries, obviously.
Yeah. Sounded happier.
So long, Willy. Let's go home. Willy swims towards the sunset. Free Willy. Credits roll. Michael Jackson starts playing. You can personally help save all the whales of the world by calling 1-800 4 whales.
Does that number still work?
I don't know.
You know what we'll do on the recap? We'll call it live.
Guess what you guys are getting on the recap?
We're going to call that number
live call of 1-800-4 whales. That's Free Willy, buddy. That's what the movie is. That's what Free Willy is.
Okay. Pretty much what I expected, minus no science boats.
Yeah.
This felt like...
How to Train Your Dragon?
Yes. But this also felt like... Right now I'm looking at the time. It's a 2-hour movie, but it only took an hour and 4 for you to describe the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of like...
A lot of long shots.
90s
stuff. A lot of long shots.
A lot of opening credits.
I mean, it... See, all right, the episode we just did is hour 6 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So...
Of the Free Willy, not including the
recap. Not including the recap. So Free Willy is 2 hours, but an hour that is opening credits. So I did do the movie. I did do the movie justice.
Yeah. Okay.
What'd you think of it, bud?
It was exactly what I expected.
Yeah?
Yeah. No surprise.
You get why it was a big deal? Can you see it or not yet?
I can see it just because you could see all the whales doing the thing. This must have been great advertisement for SeaWorld.
Dude, oh my God. This must have been SeaWorld mania.
Yeah. Funnily enough, that definitely didn't serve the purpose of their film.
No.
Yeah, this is what I expected. Nothing different. I can't, the entire time we were talking, I couldn't help but think of the Sharp South Park episode. You seen it? Where they
just so funny. Where all the Japanese people are killing all the whales?
Yeah.
It's the funniest shit ever.
No. There's another, is that what's happening? They try to save Willy because the Japanese people are killing him? And they send the whale to the moon?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't remember the Japanese people.
Because you know that's a real thing? Like Japanese people, they kill whales?
Yeah.
So...
Because there's another storyline in South Park where they kill the whales and dolphins.
Yeah.
Because the U.S. government told them it was a whale and dolphin that dropped the atomic
bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's pretty funny. But no, they send the whale to the moon, and then the end of the episode, the whale's just dead on the moon.
Oh, dead on the moon, yeah.
Great episode of South Park. Yeah, the Michael Jackson song playing at the end of this makes it even better.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It makes it way better.
That's hilarious. And that's Free Willy.
Oh, no, yeah. That's Free Willy.
That's Free Willy.
Thanks, Cincinnati people. Indy, coming your way.
Yeah.
Free Willy.
Are we done? Or do you want to keep
I don't know.